Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great holiday. Hopefully you weren't trapped in an airport somewhere. You made it to where you were trying to get to. Our last class of the year here. So it's been a great year practicing with you all. Looking forward to the new year. So we'll be, as we mentioned, over at Ruth Hardy Park next week. So I'll see you out there. Let's just get going here with rooting down into mountain pose. So take the feet about hip width distance, maybe even a little wider. Big toes up. Spread those toes out, get some space in between them. Anchor down through your roots. Take a moment, roll those shoulders up, back, and down, maybe a few times if you need it. I've been really feeling it in the shoulders over the last few days. So we're going to do a lot of shoulder opening work here. And when you're ready, roll them back one more time. Extend those fingertips out. Take a nice big breath in through the nose. Fill up those side ribs. Gently close the eyes. And start to make that connection with the breath. Start to feel out the body from your base, down deep through your heels, rooting down, pressing down. Start to draw up and in through the kneecaps. Feel the legs extend from the ankles all the way up through the hips as you pull the knees and the thighs back a little bit. As you feel the weight of your heels and hips dropping down, start to lengthen up through the crown of your head, creating length in that torso, neck, spine. Just take a moment here as you settle in, feeling out the shape. Just feel as much length in your extremities through your legs, through your arms. You reach out through those fingertips, maybe pull the fingertips back a little bit more. Start to open up that chest. Just notice the bones, the muscles, the tissues, everything working together to hold your body upright. Start to connect with that breath, just feeling that space starting to come into the body, into the shoulders, into the collarbones, anywhere you can create space, just start to invite a little bit more ease into that space. Starting to settle, settling into the moment, settling into your practice. Anything you're holding on to, either that physical grip in the body or that mental grip, see what you can start to let go, at least for the next hour. Just tuning in to the moment, observing, breathing in deep. One more breath here, nice and slow. All the way up through to the crown of the head. Exhale, just let everything settle all the way down into your heels, connecting, rooting, and grounding. Softly blink those eyes open. We're going to work through a little bit of balance this morning. So go ahead and bring palms to heart center. Press into those palms. Start to feel that connection kind of in your torso as you pull your lower ribs down and in. Feel your torso kind of plug into your hip points so you feel nice and strong through that core. And then just start to add a little bit of movement in the torso. So maybe in the hips, just shifting the weight. So maybe lifting up the toes, going back into the heels, back into the toes. Maybe heels can lift up a little bit, stretching through the feet, over to the sides of the feet. Back in the center. We're going to go ahead and shift the weight over into that left knee. Have a little bend in that knee. As I always say, don't lock out because then you have nowhere to go if you start wobbling. And then we're going to just kind of tiptoe off to the right a little bit. Maybe toe down. Keep the gaze soft. Maybe that toe comes up an inch or two. Press out and extend through that leg. Really activate through the toes or through the heel. Go on a little bit more. Keep the gaze soft. Maybe extend the arms up and out. Reach up and out. Firm up through the belly. Keep breathing. One more breath wherever you are. Back up to center. Palms back. Shake out if you need to. Set yourself up, side to side. Shift weight over into that right foot. A little bend in that knee. Press into that heel. Palms towards heart center. Gaze soft out in front of you. Tiptoe out to the side. You might see me doing this in the grocery store, waiting in line. Let's work on my balance when I'm in the grocery store, waiting in line, or any line. Get something out of it. All right, add the arms if you like a little bit more. Active in the belly. Think about that trunk of the tree, right? So the side ribs, back muscles working here, belly working, breathing. One more. And soften back to center. Let's take those arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Nice big upward salute, deep breath in here. Exhale, sends you down, forward fold. Pull those thighs back. Inhale halfway as you draw the thigh bones back. Reach forward with that crown of the head. Nice flat spine here. Big breath in here. Exhale. Fold down. Grab for the backs of the calves, the backs of the thighs. Pull your ribs down towards the tops of the thighs. Let the head go heavy. One more breath. Grab for opposite elbows. On the exhale, draw the elbows down. Lengthen the shoulders and in the back. Bend those knees. Go ahead and keep the bind in the arms. Root to rise, nice and slow. Bring those arms up overhead. Draw the elbows up as much as you can. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, just a little tilt over. Side body stretch. If you like, bend into that left knee. Maybe add a little balance. Have the toe down if you like. Maybe pop it up. Feel the connection. Pull it away. Inhale back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale off to the other side. Add your balance if you like. Breathe. Inhale back to center. Release the bind. Inhale up. Exhale, send you down. One more time. Sinking breath movement. Halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Thighs back. Big breath. Exhale, hinge and fold. Bend those knees. Reach to rise all the way up. Deep breath in at the top. Lengthen out through fingertips. Drop in the heels. Big breath in. Exhale, back to the side. Get a little bit more in the shoulders. Left arm forward. But wrap underneath. Eagle arms. You can't make the full bind. You can still just kind of draw the arm across the chest. Inhale up through those elbows. Gaze up if you can. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw them in. Chin to the chest. Pull your hips back a little bit. One more breath in. Exhale, contract back in. Squeeze all the air out of the abdomen. Inhale brings you back up. Deep breath in. Exhale, a little tip to the side. Breathe into the side ribs. Pull the elbows away. Breathe into the back. One more time up. Breath in. Exhale, tip other side. Big breath in. Nice slow exhale. Inhale, back up. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinge and fold. Pull hip back. Elbows come down and in. Contract. Round the spine. Breathe into those shoulders as you pull the elbows down towards the neck. One more breath. Bend those knees, root to rise, release that bind. Inhale, back up. Big breath in. Exhale, back to. Let it go. Give it a little shake down. Second side. Left arm, right arm forward. Left arm left. Inhale, lift up through those elbows. Hold them away from your body. So you're going up and kind of out in front of you. Deep breath in here. Exhale, curling round in. Pull the hips back a little bit. Draw elbows in towards the ribs. Chin to the chest. Breathe into the back. Inhale, back up. Deep breath in. Side bend. Inhale, back up. Other side. Inhale, back up. Last time. Exhale, hinge forward, fold down and in. One more breath into the back here. Nice slow exhale. Release those arms. Bend into the knees. One more time, all the way up. Sun salutation. A deep breath in with Hastasana. Exhale, hinge and fold all the way down. Sticking breath and movement. Halfway lift, Ardha. Exhale, plant those hands. Big step back. Plank pose. Modified plank with knees down if you need to. Press into those arms. Lift up in your mid back. It's a little round in the spine. Try not to lift up too much in the hips. Up through the mid back. Reach out over your wrist with the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, lower your knees down all the way. Press into the pelvis. Press into the tops of the feet. Pull your kneecaps up as the arms come under those shoulders. Take a low cobra. So that low back engage here. Pull those elbows in towards the side ridges. Press up and move it. Big breath in here. Exhale, relax for a moment. Option here, back into plank or up through tabletop. Deep breath in, push back, down dog. Stretch that out, one leg at a time, shorten up your stance. Elbows draw in towards those ears. Inhale, lift up onto those tiptoes, lift up through your toes. Big breath in here, sink down through those heels on the exhale. Pull the heart space back towards that. One more breath in. On that exhale, walk towards the hands, step hop and float yourself forward. Halfway, lift, Ardha. Exhale, fold, and those knees all the way up. Deep breath in at the top. Exhale, back to heart center. Pause for a moment here, let everything settle in the body. Salutation B. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, send you halfway, thighs back, crown fold. Moving meditation. Exhale down. And plant, step, or float yourself back to plank hold. Modified. You need to. Deep breath in here. Exhale, either lower down, knees, chest, chin, or taking a chaturanga, start to lower the heart space down, keep the elbows drawn in. All the way down, cobra, up dog if you're ready. Taking up dog, press into the tops of the feet, pull up to those kneecaps and thighs. Take your back bend at the shoulders, throughout the back. Deep breath in here, exhale, we'll meet in down dog. Right leg goes up and back, press out through that heel. Flex and draw the toes down, coming up onto the tiptoes on that left foot. Take a big breath. Exhale, send that foot all the way up towards the hands. Push them out away to create space. That foot's land, it drops short, scooch it up there. Dropping that back foot, coming into warrior one. Check in with the hips if they're turned off to the side. Draw that right hip corner back a little bit. Press down through that back edge of the foot. Inhale, draw it up. Lift up in the torso, sink into that front knee. Deep breath in. Exhale, take it down. Big step back, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Chaturanga if you like. Up dog, cobra, back bend of choice. Push back, down. Left leg up and back. Press out through that heel, active in the toes. Deep breath. Exhale, send it all the way forward. Build a foundation. Seal the back edge of the foot, about a 45-degree angle. Check in with hips. Inhale. Sink on the exhale. One more breath. Exhale down. Let's skip this chaturanga. Step forward. Halfway. Exhale, pinch it forward. And those knees. Rise. Upward salute. Everything back to heart center. Close the eyes for a moment. Let the energy settle in the body. One more breath in. Nice, slow exhale back in. Softly blink the eyes open. Give a little shake out. All right, we're warmed up now. Let's go ahead and keep adding on. We'll keep adding on a little bit with our balance as well. I'm going to go ahead and zip all that energy up into the center line of the body. Press into heels. Lift up. Firm up core. Trunk of the tree. Nice and strong here. Let's shift the weight over into that right foot. Keep the knee bent so we have a little bit of movement here if we need it. Start to draw the left knee up and in. Doesn't have to go up super high. Maybe you can wrap around that knee and pull it in towards the chest a little bit. As you do that, pull your heart space up and out. So you're not rounding at the shoulder. If you come down, go ahead and do so. But needs a little bit of balance as we get through this last few days of the year. We're going to go ahead and send that left leg all the way back. Transition. Drop it down. We're going to go ahead and grab for our blocks. Blocks alongside the front foot, coming into kind of a runner's lunge here. So sink down into that front knee. Stay here on the blocks, or if you like, palms to heart center. Reach forward with the crown of your head. So nice angular shape from the back edge of the foot all the way up through the back, reaching out through the crown. Like a little bit more, maybe take it to airplane. Breathing. Pull your ribs up off the belly, or your ribs up off your thigh a little bit more. Spin the palms up, lift up through your heart space. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cactus the arm. Big breath in. Roll shoulders back, reach forward with the crown of your head. Stay for a breath. Like a little bit more, reach the arms up and out. Deep breath in here. Exhale, hands all the way down. Big step back. Stay in plank for a breath or modify with knees down. Exhale, lower all the way down the belly. Go ahead and slide into a Sphinx pose. Elbows under those shoulders. Press into those palms. Press into your hips. Lift up through that heart space. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the side. Exhale, lower the head. Back up through plank, back up through tabletop. And we'll meet in down dog. Stay for a cycle or two of breath here. Relax, release the neck, release the head. Deep breath in. Exhale. Step, hop, or float yourself forward. Halfway lift, wipe the slate clean. Exhale, let it all to rise all the way back up. Exhale. Back to heart center. Let everything settle in the body. Anything you're gripping, the jaw, in the throat, in the face, in the eyes, let that go. Soften and surrender. One cycle of breath here before we get ready for that second cycle. Nice, slow exhale out. All right, second side. Go. Shift the weight over into that left leg, little bend. Draw up through that knee. Press the palms together. Keep the gaze nice and soft. Add a little bit more if you want. Draw that knee up and in. Pull your heart space up and out. More breath. Palms to heart center. Nice and slow through this transition. Bend into the front knee. Draw the back heel back as much as you can. let it land down. Reset your balance if you need to. Check in with those hips. Go ahead and reach forward. Back to our runner's lunge with blocks if you like. We'll shift back and forth. Palms towards heart center. Reach up through the crown of your head. Drawing the ribs up off that front thigh. Add the arms if you like, airplane arms. Breathe. With the palms, draw you up all the way. Lengthen that torso. Exhale, cactus. Sink down. One more breath. Exhale back down. Step it back. Lower it all the way down to the belly. Space pulls one more time. Active in the arms. Drop out of those shoulders. Sink into those shoulders. Lengthen through that neck. Pull the kneecaps up and in. Big breath in. On the exhale, pull your heart space forward and feel that back. Squeeze of the inner thighs in. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Leading down dog, however you want to get there. Back to the plank, up to your tabletop. Big breath. And step forward. Halfway. Exhale forward. On the way up. Exhale back to heart center. Let it settle. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Nice slow cycle of breath. In through the nose, down through the belly, back up and up. Go shake out. All right. Keep adding on a little bit. Lost Johnny. All right, back to the top. We'll have our blocks available. We're going to use those again in a moment. Down, nice and strong through the feet. Feet down, lift up. Palms towards heart center. Shift the weight into that left leg. Right knee draws back up and working that balance. Gaze is soft. Deep breath in. Start to make that transition. Reaching forward with the crown of the head. Pressing out through that heel. Let the toes come down. Back up, crescent lunge. Drawing up through that back knee. Nice and firm in that back leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, cactus. Stay in the cactus. If you like a little bit more, go and take that right hand up. Spin it towards that back thigh. Inhale, lift up, add a little bit of a back bend here. Breathe in, pressing into that front big toe. Anchoring down, lifting up, big breath in. Back up, on both arms, deep breath in. Exhale. Hands come down to blocks here. Or to the ground, keep going there. Step forward a little bit, coming into a standing split. A nice big bend in that front knee. Draw the back heel up, and then start to bring your crown of your head towards your shin as much as possible. That back foot likes to sort of turn out, so draw your right foot back down, so right toe back down towards the mat, squaring off those hips. Breathe. Exhale, step forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Bend those knees all the way back up. Exhale, back to heart center. Second side. Wait, to the right leg, left knee's coming up. Here, maybe you want to have the arms, challenge the balance, the gaze can come up a little bit. That'll add a little bit more difficulty. Deep breath in here. I can make that transition nice and consciously. Press out through the legs. If you wobble, if you fall, gain balance wherever you can. Set your foundation. Draw that back. Lift up. Practice the arm. Elbows draw back towards the side rib. Lift up through your chest. Option to stay here. Maybe spin that left hand back towards the thigh. Inhale, lift up. Sink into that front knee. Deep breathing. Deep breath. Inhale back. Woo. They were all wobbly. Deep breath in here. Exhale down. Hands to blocks. Step backward forward a little bit before you make the transition. Kind of set that foundation in that front heel. Press into that big toe. Start to draw the back foot up. Start to bring your head towards that shin and check in with that left foot. It's starting to turn out, turn the toes down and in, square the hips off as much as you can. One more breath. Nice, slow exhale, stay for it. Fine, the back foot's gonna come down. We're gonna take a big step all the way back. Deep breath in and plank. Lower those knees, let them go wide. Work the hip back nice and slow into a child's pose. Tent those fingers if you like to create a little bit more space and walk them forward. Maybe you want to have them on blocks since we have them available. Take a big breath in, start to pull your heart space down towards the mat. Feel that stretch go through the pectoral muscles, through the armpits. Lower the head down. Let's all just take a pause here. Relax the inner thighs to open the hips a little bit more. Breathe into that space. Breathe into the back. Relax the heart space to lower down a little bit deeper if you can. One more cycle here, nice and slow. Bring the head back up, nice and easy. Slide the knees towards each other, bringing hips back into alignment. Let's just go ahead and come into a tabletop for a moment. So rock side to side of those hips. Take a few cat-cows into the whole face. Lift up in the heart space. Lift up in that tailbone. Press the mat away. Pull the middle spine up and in. Just rocking through with the breath. One more cycle wherever you are. And back to neutral. Walk those hands forward. Tuck those toes. Send it all the way back downward. One cycle of breath here. Nice and slow. Lift it up on that inhale with the heel. Sending them down on that exhale. Relax the head. Relax the jaw. Deep breath here. Exhale, step, hop, or float yourself home. Halfway. Exhale. nice and smooth. Wide through those fingertips. Inhale at the top. Let it go on that exhale. Right. Going through one more little balance series, then we'll start to wind up. Right. Feet about hip width distance. Nice and soft in those knees. Press into those palms. Lift up through that crown. Drop in those hips. All right. Let's go ahead and shift our weight over into our left leg for you guys. Draw the knee up and in one more time. The more you look up or you're looking at something moving, the more challenging. If you like, crossing ankle right above that knee. Being active in this foot here, so it's not just kind of open out on us, but we have the toes drawing up and in. Start to sink back, maybe sitting to the chair pose here. A little bit more, maybe add the airplane on. Reach out over your foot with the crown of your head. Breathe. With the palms, bring yourself back up. Fall out of it, just come back into it. We're going to make a transition here to Warrior 3. Blocks available if you need to. Start to send that heel back. Reach forward with the crown of the head. Stay soft in that front knee. Add the arms if you like. Blocks available here. Come back to the ground. Anchor down if you need to. Maybe arms come forward. That's the full expression of the pose. Don't get there. Don't sweat it. Just challenge yourself. Go ahead and drop the back foot coming into Warrior 2. Drop into the left. Inhale, lift up the arms, straighten them. Exhale back. Nice and slow in our transition. First Warrior, big circle across the sky. Sink into the knee, hand down the leg, hand back. Breathe. Exhale, send you all the way down. Step it back. Take your flow, skip it, meet us in down dog, whatever it calls to you right now. Take a child's pose if you like. Catch back up, whatever. Deep breath. Exhale. And halfway. And breath and movement. Keep your eyes nice and slow. Let everything settle. Stay with the breath. Stay with your guide. Let go of any expectations on this next side. You know what's coming. Do what you can do. Challenge yourself. Coach with compassion, without comparison. One more breath. Let it all settle. Johnny, what knee's coming up right now? Well, we're standing with the right knee. Standing on right, coming up to the left. Yes. Inhale. Right, cross over if you like. Sit down into that chair. Maybe palms towards heart center. Maybe add the extra challenge by adding the arms out. Reach out over the edge of your mat with the crown of your head. Feeling in that outer hip. Inhale, bring it back up. Draw the knee back up and in. Nice slow transition. Wobbly, good. Transition, Warrior 3. Hands to blocks. Hands to heart space. Airplane arms. Maybe those arms come forward. One more breath. Drop the back foot. Set it up. Warrior 2. Feel the arch of life. Inhale, take a little break, straighten up to that front leg. Exhale, reverse, nice and slow. Big circle back. Sink down in. Big breath into those front ribs. Exhale, windmill down. Step it back to plank. All the way down to the belly, nice and slow. Those elbows drawn in towards the rib. Untuck the toes and take a moment, just rock back and forth. Reach the toes back. Create as much contact with that low body as possible. Make a little pillow for the head. Turn the head to one side and just relax for a moment. Let the heartbeat settle here. Soften through the ribs. Feel your back rise on the inhale. Soften the ribs on the exhale. Just feel the weight of your body compress and draw you down towards the earth. Feel that connection. One more time, nice and slow, in through the nose. Fill up the torso. Relax the heart. Relax those ribs on the exhale, nice and slow. Squeeze all the air out of your lower abdomen on that exhale. Kind of feel your heartbeat in your belly here if you just press down into it a little bit deeper. When you're ready, start to bring the head back into center. Go ahead and slide those arms down alongside the hips here. Press into the tops of your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Reach back towards your heels. Lift up through your chest. Squeeze your inner thighs together. A big breath in. Lift up a little bit more. Exhale, lower down. Head to the opposite side. Take a moment, regain your breath. Soften those ribs, relax the back. Inhale back to center. Arms slide back, second time through. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Reach back alongside your thigh. Maybe add the airplane arms. Flip the palms up as you lift up. Maybe add the leg. Squeeze those thighs together. Reach into the back. Push into your pelvis. One more. Exhale, lower leg. Turn the head to the opposite side. Go ahead, bend the knees and just windshield wiper back and forth. Relax the back. Right, let the legs go down. Going to slide back into a Sphinx pose. Building up to this little back bend here. Elbows under those shoulders. Rock from side to side. Breath in. Exhale, look back over your shoulder. Look back towards the heels. Notice how that breath changes shape. Breathe into the left. Exhale back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale back a little bit. Back to center. You're going to take the right arm and just bring it across the front of the mat. You're going to bend into that left knee. Press up out of those shoulders. Maybe reaching back, grabbing a hold of that foot. Get a hold of the foot. Bring that heel in towards your glute. Option here if you want a little bit more tension. Spin your fingers forward and press into the top of the foot to a little bit deeper stretch. Available for everyone. Just do what you can do. Feeling this stretch in the top of the thigh, the quadriceps, back. Nice and slow, so just slingshot back. Everything back to center. If you need to drop down through the head, windshield wiper those legs. Relax the back here for a moment. Back into Sphinx one more time. Left arm coming across the front of the mat. Bend into that knee. Reach back. Grab whatever you can get a hold of. Maybe you're just grabbing for the back of the thigh. Press up out of that shoulder. Create a little bit more space. A little bit more length. Big breath in. Nice slow exhale. Release. Back to center. Drop the head for a moment. Relax the body. Relax those ribs. Relax the back. Right. Preparing for bow pose. Go ahead and bend both knees. Take the arms and again, roll shoulders back. So you're rolling shoulders up towards the ears, then reaching back. Maybe grabbing hold of those ankles, maybe just the thigh. Wherever you are, press into your hips, start to lift up through your chest. If you got a hold of those feet, kick up through your heels. Hold the knees up and in, squeeze the thighs together. Take a big breath. Come down at any point. I like to do a little roll over to the side. Real nice. You kind of land on your side and takes that pressure off the back. Nice and slow if you're trying, man. Come down at any point. Back to center when you're ready. Nice slow release. Hands under shoulders. Push yourself all the way up. We're going to come into a small child's pose. So the knees are going to be together here. Slide those palms right alongside the thighs and take your nose all the way down and towards the knees. Grab for the heels. Maybe you can get a hold of them. Pull the heels down and in. Nice counter stretch for all those back bends we've been doing. Relax the low back. Relax the ribs on the thighs. Big breath into that low back. Nice, slow exhale, soften. Pull those heels in, stretch that low back. Good. Release the arm. Bring yourself up nice and slow here. Come up onto the knees. Roll those shoulders back. Just bring the hands to the low back. Press the hips slightly forward. Breath in. Pull the elbows in towards each other. Exhale, release. Right. Hips off to the side. Bring those feet around towards the front. Sit up on a block. Sit up on a blanket if you like. Legs out in front of you, nice and long. But roll shoulders up and back, right alongside those hips. Lift up in your tail, press out through the heels. Get in front of those sit bones as much as you can. Press into the thighs, lift up, deep breath in here. Exhale, nice and slow. Reach, reach, reach. Descend down. Grab for whatever you can get a hold of. Shins, thighs, feet. Inhale, bring your chin up just a little bit. Create a little bit more length in the neck and spine. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, start to roll yourself back up as you slide the hands back. Got one more time. Inhale, lift up, nice and tall. Exhale, fold forward. Keeping those feet nice and active, as if you were doing a forward fold standing up here. So it's almost as if your feet were on the ground. Pressing into those heels and breathing. Bend in the knees if you need to. One more breath. Fold a little deeper on that exhale. Walk those hands back. Let's go ahead and draw both heels in towards each other. Come out a little bit more in front of you instead of coming into Baddha Konasana. We're kind of in a little diamond pose. Rock side to side of those heels. Inhale, lift up, breath in. Exhale, reach, pulling your tailbone back to reach forward. Coming down as far as your body allows. Relax those inner thighs, relax the outer hips. Breathe into the back. One more breath. Melt a little deeper on that exhale. Right. Crown of the head starts to come up as you walk those hands back. Draw those heels in a little bit more if it's okay on the thighs and hips. Grab for those ankles and roll your pelvis forward to lift up in that heart space as much as you can. Big breath in through that nose all the way down into the lowest part of your belly. On that exhale, relax the knees a little bit more if you can. Relax those inner thighs. Breathe into that space one more time. One more cycle of breath. Nice and slow. We go on that exhale. Slide those ankles back, forward a little bit more, back to that diamond shape. Go forward fold here one more time. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, start to hinge and fold. If you'd like a little bit more, coming into turtle pose, maybe sliding arms underneath. Pressing into those elbows. Pull your heart space forward a little bit more so you're reaching up and out with your head. Exhale, hinge and fold down. If that's not available, just back to that forward fold wherever you are. One more cycle in whatever shape you are in. Nice, slow exhale out. You have the bind with the arms underneath. Start to unpretzel yourself any way you can. Bring the head back up. Grab for those knees. Extend them forward. One more forward fold. Give those little outer hips a break. Deep breath in. Exhale down. Pull yourself back. Right, go ahead and drop onto our backs. And draw those knees up and in towards the chest. Pull the knees in, pull your tailbone down. Gentle rock side to side. Option here to either drop the feet down and have the knees still bent, or you can keep the knees kind of up into the chest. Keep your feet flexed wherever they are. And inhale and reach the arms back up overhead. A nice big breath into the heart space. Keep your inner thighs squeezed together, almost like you're holding a block. On the exhale, we're just going to reach the arms as you roll the spine up, reach towards your heels and squeeze everything up and in. Active in the belly, breathing. Inhale, roll down through the back, arms back up overhead. If this is too intense, you can have the arms alongside the body as well, kind of like for a bridge. Big breath in as you find length and extension. Exhale, squeeze thighs in, roll up through the spine. Also have the hands to the back of the head if you need a little bit more support in that neck. Inhale down one more time. Breath in. This time we're going to go off to the side on the exhale. Start to roll up, reach the arms out over that right thigh. Breathe into the side bend. Inhale back down, nice and slow. Rest wherever you need to. Off to the left. Squeeze those ribs. Squeeze the air out of the body on the exhale. One more breath in here. Hold for the exhale. And lower back down. If the legs are up, go ahead and lower the knees down. Relax those arms. Just take them out to a T for a minute. Take the feet nice and wide and just let the knees fall into each other. Relax the back, relax the ribs and belly. Breathe into that space, soften. Melt down through the shoulder blades on that exhale. One more breath. But bring feet back into alignment with the hips. Squeeze knees back together. Palms right alongside those hips. Press into those heels. Root the heels back towards the glutes. So you can kind of inch the heels back towards those glutes as much as you can. Press into the heels and lift up through those hips. Ridge pose. Active in the belly. Squeezing thighs. If you'd like a little bit more, maybe reach those arms up and back. Nice big breath in here to the belly. Exhale, lower hips, lower arms back down. Relax for a moment. Take a breath. Press into those heels, lift up one more time. Add the arms if you like. Start opening the front of your body as much as you can. Exhale, lower everything back. Right. Go ahead and take the left foot and just bring it over towards the edge of the mat. Left foot over right outside that left hip. Right foot coming up across the knee. Arms out to a T here. Then we're just going to let that right ankle start to pull that knee down and in towards the center. So coming into a twist here. Think about stretching through the front top of that left thigh as much as you can. Not about getting the right knee all the way down. You can also slide a block under that right knee. Take a nice twist through that low back, stretch through that upper left thigh. Like a little bit deeper, take an inhale, and then looking off over towards the left. And maybe bringing that left heel up and squeezing it up towards the hip. Maybe you can grab a hold of it with the left palm. Right knee drawing down. Stretching through the top of that left thigh. See where you can soften and just release and relax for a moment. One more cycle of breath. Stay for the exhale. Twist a little deeper. When you're ready, if your head is turned, start to bring that back to center. Start to bring the knees back up. You can take that right foot off, release everything back to the center. Draw the knees back up and in just to kind of equalize those hips. Little rock side to side, relax, rebalance. Right, let the heels drop down. Right foot over to the right edge of the mat. Left ankle across the knee. That foot actively flex. So toes are kind of flexing. Arms out to a T. You're just going to let that foot start to guide that right knee down and in as far as you can get it down. Reposition that right foot if you need to. Maybe you're reaching that right hand towards that right foot, drawing that heel up and in towards the glute a little bit more. Find the shape that works for you. Breathe into that space. Use your blocks. Work with the breath. Work with the weight of your body. Always got that one tighter side. Nice and slow. Breath in. Nice, slow exhale. Squeeze the lower ribs. Squeeze the belly down and in. Any stale, stagnant breath, energy you're holding on to, let it go out of the body. One more breath. Stay for that exhale. Start to release and back up in the center. Knees back up in the chest. Maybe rounding up, nose in toward the knees. So let's take a happy baby here before we settle in. Flex those toes. Press up through those heels. Draw down and in through the kneecaps towards the armpits. Pull your tailbone back down to the mat. Breathe into those inner thighs. If you want a little bit more, you can pull one heel in towards the pelvis. Maybe extend out through the opposite leg. Stretching out through the hamstring, the calf, the inner thigh. Other side if you like. One more breath. And when you're ready, exhale. Legs go long, feet out to edges, toes go out. Settle into whatever shape calls to you for your Shavasana. Maybe hand on heart and one on belly, maybe arms just out to the sides of the legs, palms up or down. Just doing a final body scan here. Any tension or tightness you still might be holding on to. Release that physical grip in the body. Thoughts that might be starting to enter the mind of what's to do after practice, acknowledge and just let those go. Last few minutes are for yours alone to just stay connected to that breath and be. That breath is that connection to our true self. Let go of any expectations, what you need to do for the rest of your day. Stay tuned into that breath. Stay tuned into your interior landscape of your body and tuned into sensations of the present moment. Allow me to call you back in a few moments.
Nice gentle breath back in. Awareness throughout the body as you wiggle fingers and toes, wiggle your jaw, any small, sudden, slight movements. Still on your back, you'd like to take that full body stretch, go ahead and slide ankles towards each other, extend feet out over the edges, stretch through the tops of the feet, reach the arms back up overhead with those thumbs together. Nice big breath into that heart space. Exhale, knees back up into your chest, curl up into a ball. Give yourself a final hug there. When you're ready, roll yourself off to one side, pause there with a hand on the earth connection. And keep your gaze soft or eyes closed as you make your way back up to comfortable seat. Roll shoulders up, back and down. Slide those palms a little bit back on those thighs to open that chest back up. Press into the tops of the thighs so you root down. Reach out through your crown. Inhale out. Fingertips nice and wide. All the way up. Gaze goes upward. Open that throat. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale. Gentle bow inward, sealing that energy into your heart space. Take a moment, thank yourself for showing up for your self-healing, exploration, and self-care. It's really been an honor for me to guide you in this practice, not only today, but throughout 2022. Really one of the highlights of my week, every single week, to see you guys come together as a yoga family, like-minded people sharing in this ancient tradition. My heart to yours. Namaste. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful rest of your year and holiday. I'll see you next year, guys. Thank you, everybody.